you act goofy, so it makes you feel goofy, so then you think you look goofy.
I guess so. I don't know. I feel like I just look that way. Hey, everybody. So this is the last video.
Why do you do this as a podcast?
You know what's crazy? I think it's because I listen to so many podcasts. That's the reason why I depict like a lot of my videos like podcasts. Mm-hmm. But honestly, I never thought about doing a podcast.
It probably would have been more interesting as a podcast.
Yeah, but like I think it would have been more edited. This is not edited, so
probably not.
I don't know. I know people that make podcasts, but I just really listen to them. I don't want to do one. My voice is kind of annoying.
You should just start one when you go back.
What do I make a podcast about?
Some insightful shit.
I'm crying. I'm not that insightful. I don't think so. I gotta get like more in tune with my life. That's how we're starting. Hey everybody, like I was saying. Welcome back. This is the last video talking about other people's adventures studying abroad. This is my friend Kaila.
So. Hello, I'm Kaila. I'm a junior. I go to Morgan State University.
HBCU pride.
Yeah, I'm an English major, and my concentration is creative writing.
Okay, nice little intro. You know, we had to throw in that HBCU pride. So if you're an HBCU student, she's a great contact to talk to about studying abroad. We'll talk about that.
Would you be as well?
Yeah, but I'm a senior. I feel like because you're a junior and because you didn't say it yet, she plans on studying abroad again. So that's why she's a great contact.
So, like, I played myself, and I have no choice but to graduate early.
That's a good thing.
So,
you
like,
can't stay abroad again?
I can, okay. But it has to be, like, really strategic.
Oh.
And I have to graduate next fall.
Oh, dang. But I'll pick up another major. Well, I'm a double major, so yeah, I can graduate. Like, my situation was complicated, though, studying abroad as a senior.
What would I even
pick up? I don't know. You don't have like a major that's close to your major. It's like 2-3 classes.
I could do SWAN, which is kind of related to what I want to do. I want to be a screenwriter. Mm-hmm. But those studios, it's like nothing but studios. Like you barely have any lectures. It's enough classes where like I really could finish them in time.
Right.
But it's like Tuesday, Thursday, every day. Well, Tuesday, Thursday, every
all day.
Week.
Gotcha.
Yeah, all day. Gotcha. They're like 2 hours long.
And that's basically like being here.
I ain't gonna throw no shade to their department, but
if you're from Morgan State and you heard that, I'm crying.
Just saying. I prefer to be prepared for the workforce.
It's not on business. I told you my major is different, honey. I'm not that one. Okay. Go back to the topic at hand because we're talking about exploring Thailand. Why did you pick Thailand?
I picked Thailand by accident.
Every video I feel like somebody said that. Nobody's going to go here intentionally.
Because I feel like we don't really know that much about Thailand to want to go.
That's true. That's why I
feel like most people want to go to Japan, and if they're adventurous, they want to go to China.
Okay.
And that's
if we're allowed in China.
Okay.
It's complicated going to China.
It's not complicated.
Girl, I had to go visit like for a week, and it was like
visiting.
It was either way. China's complicated.
Whatever. So, anyways, what happened? Oh, I was supposed to go to China. That's funny. I was supposed to go to China for the summer on kind of like a sponsored trip with my university, and it ended up getting canceled. But I still wanted to study abroad. Okay. I specifically wanted to go to China, but there was pretty much no time for me to find a school with a program that would match my major.
Gotcha.
And get my visa and also have money and time.
Yeah. It's like crunch time, basically.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I just got me a little internship for the summer, did my research, and by the time I was ready to apply, this university was the only one still accepting applications for visiting students.
Tip for everybody, if you got a last name university, mahidon.
Honestly, because it has so many classes.
Yes.
The
classes are ridiculous. Like,
But just beware because not all of the classes are actually available.
Yeah, actually, so the way it works is like literally they give you a list when you first like sign up for school, and then right when you get here, you can pick your classes. But when you get here, they'll tell you like, oh, this class wasn't available anymore. Then you gotta go figure it out. Now you have to talk to your home university and see if it transfers over. So that gets complicated. So
I had a class that I had registered for, already got the course approval and everything for. And it was a class, like the first week of classes, but there wasn't a room and a professor and everything. So it wasn't really on our schedules.
I was like pending?
Kind of.
Okay.
And then like the next week, they just took it off. But a whole bunch of people had registered for that class. So it wasn't that enough people didn't want to take it. There was nothing wrong with the professor because I ended up having a class with that same professor. They just said we needed that professor to teach another course at the same time. But because I had that professor, I asked her, and she was just like, well, I don't know why they didn't give me that class this semester. I really wanted to teach it. And she didn't have a class at the same time. So,
in other words, just check your schedule. And if it's some tea, sip it.
Honestly, if you're going to take 4 classes, I recommend getting approved for 10.
That's smart. Yeah, I got approved for 6 classes. And actually, when I got here, 2 of them weren't accepted. So I literally was on my... No, actually, on mine, 3 of them weren't. And I was so mad. No, I'm lying. Okay. So my situation was I got approved to 6 classes. But when I got here, 2 of the clashed because the way our finals work, literally when you register the class, it tells you when your finals going to be. So 2 of my finals clashed, so they said I couldn't take the classes. And even though my home university said like, oh, it's okay, they said no here. So I said okay. Then I went back and had to try my 3rd. So then that's the reason why. So it messed me up with those extra classes. And then I had to go back and talk to my home university and get picked out for another class. So I didn't get to take 2 of the classes I originally wanted to take. And then the 3rd one had the time clash. So I was just like, great.
I think I got approved for 10. I was going to take 5, and I did take 5. I got approved for 10.
That's smart.
And they only had available 2.
Out of the 10?
Yeah. They were either full.
That's hurtful.
They were either full or they weren't being offered. And mind you, I selected the courses
before you got there
based on that list, the current update. I don't know what happened.
That was rude. Okay. Yeah. That's so rude. Well, since we're talking about school, we might as well, stay on the school side of my questions. Okay. So how does Mahidong compare to your school?
Well, for one, the classes here are a lot longer. They're 2 hours each.
Rude.
And
I had a 4-hour class. It was rude. Oh my God.
I had a final that was 3 hours. Why?
I'm hurt. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry thinking about it. I'm so over these classes. I'm so happy to be done.
And you really needed the whole 3 hours.
Yo.
Anyways, so they're 2 hours long. The classes at my home university are 50 minutes. And I can barely do 50 minutes. Because what am I doing for 50 minutes? I don't know. But anyways.
I should just Spanish is horrible.
It's nice because the professors are from all over the world.
Oh, yeah, they are.
So it's really diverse, and you get to you get to experience a little bit of all these different countries. So I had a professor who was French. I had a professor who was Spanish. I had a professor definitely from Latin America, but I didn't know where.
Okay.
I didn't have a Thai professor.
Really? I had
one professor.
3 Thai professors. I had 3 Thai professors and 1 man from the UK.
Oh, there we go. So German, British, Spanish, French, and then the Latin America shawty.
Oh yeah, so you definitely had them all over. That's lit.
Yeah. So that's fun. Most of my classes I had with just Thai students. There might have been one international.
Yeah, it might have been 2 or 3 because I was in upper level classes too, so I made a difference.
I was too, but they were kind of the way the Thai students have to take classes for the English field is like they take what would essentially be our English composition or like freshman composition class.
Yeah.
But they have, I think, 3 of them. And then they're allowed to take electives like creative writing or poetry or whatever.
Versus that's somebody's major where we are. Okay.
Right. So for me, I'm taking, let's just say creative writing and poetry.
That sounds lit.
That would be their 4th or 5th class, but for us, it's just kind of thrown in the mix. You take it when you can.
Right.
So that's that. What else? The courses here, they aren't difficult. It's really confusing. No, they're just confusing. They're not difficult. They're just confusing.
Right.
Because you don't know what's going on. I have classes that I never got a syllabus for.
But I still don't know my grades. teacher said you gotta. He started doing numbers in his head. He said you gotta. Let's go B plus. I said okay.
They're allergic to giving out A's. Like you do not get an A. I don't care how good your work is. You don't get an A. What is an A? We don't know.
Yo,
there is no first letter.
He started doing calculations. He said, he looked at me. He was like, you gotta B plus. I said, okay. Well, how do I get an A? He said, you gotta do good on the final. Okay,
listen, girl. These professors, they didn't give you no contact information.
No, my one professor, she gave me her phone number. I called her. She said, Jamira, can you email me? Wow, you gave us your phone number? I had a question.
Listen. Apparently, my Spanish class, there was a group chat. Apparently, there was a group chat.
Oh, no. If they had group chats, I don't even like group chats. I was in a boop, add me.
Listen. But then by the time I realized that there was a group chat, somebody finally said it out loud. It was too late. And then I tried to get them to add me to the group chat. And they were like, oh, you don't need it. It's the end of the semester. You don't need it.
You're tripping. I need it, actually. We need to talk about this final and how we going to help.
Exactly.
Like, we need to study buddies. Tripping.
Listen, that final for Spanish was a mess because we didn't have enough time at all.
Was it verbal or was it like paper?
It was like listening, escrito.
That means right.
Well, escritir.
That means right.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like,
escrito is I write, and then escritir is to write or writing.
Okay. I learned a little something.
What else? There was like some fill in the blank situation, some conjugation.
Oh. Was it written in entire English?
It was in Spanish. It was all in Spanish. It's a Spanish class.
Right, but then you had to you didn't say translate. In my head I heard you say translate.
You had to read an email from some guy who hates his life and his job to his former boss, I guess.
I guess it was his resignation.
Okay. And then you had to read horoscopes, like your monthly.
Is that like a thing, like in the Spanish community?
They have some interesting like horoscope type of things. Okay. Like honestly, Lex might be interested in that. Okay. But like if you were into horoscopes, you would probably love their culture.
What culture is it?
Spanish.
Just Spanish culture as a whole.
Like Spanish.
Spanish, got you. Yeah, because they have. See, that's another thing too. It's two different types of Spanish. It's like Spanish, but then it's like other dialects of Spanish.
I mean, so a Spanish person is just from Spain.
Yeah.
But then Spanish is the language.
Right. And that's Latinos or Latinas. Right?
Yeah.
So I know a little something. I can say one of Spain.
Anyways, back to the classes. You just don't know what's going on because they refuse to give you a syllabus. Some of them refuse to give you a syllabus. Yeah. And then we have Sky, which is basically
like your portal kind of thing.
Yeah. And for some strange reason, none of the exchange students I know were able to get notifications.
Yeah, we didn't get full access.
Yeah.
I got regular emails. Like one professor, he just literally said, "What's your email?" He just emailed us, and we had stuff.
I didn't get the emails either, so I didn't know there were emails. So
no, not like I had to get my personal email, not my school email. Like,
I need both.
Oh yeah, because we have school emails, but I mean, I don't think we technically count to use them.
But my email was also on my Sky, so they're sending out all types of emails, notifications, everything, and I'm like oblivious until they walk up to me and they're like, "Oh, you're missing 2 months worth of this thing that nobody ever told you about."
Oh, girl, that's rude.
So,
no, I'm the type of person I ask everything in class. I'm like, I have a question. I just want to know.
It's just like, if you don't tell us, if you don't bring it up at any point in time that we have journal entries, why would we know that there's journal entries? And then journal entries are so weird because for every class is different. Some classes you have to submit to turn it in. Some classes you just keep it to yourself. Some classes you share with a peer. Sometimes you just write it so when you come to class, you're prepared.
Your major's too complicated. I know my major's complicated, but girl, that's too much.
But yeah,
I hope you passed.
Actually, the classes with the journals that were a mess, I know for a fact that I passed. But these 2 other classes, I passed according to Mahidol. But according to
so that's another thing too. Understand what is the passing scale rate, because some people at their universities, they have a pass fail. And literally, if you pass at this university, it's going to transfer over to your school. Versus for me, my credits transfer as the grades. Let's say I get a C. I get a C at my university.
So for mine, like, the grade, I think you have to do like some tweaking. So the grade matters. Mm-hmm. You have to get over a 70.
Yeah, for transfer, me too.
But on your physical transcript, it won't tell you the grade.
It'll tell you a letter.
It says T for transfer. But then,
I thought it just said somebody told me it says our actual like letter.
But then there's a way for you to see the grade, I believe. They give you a point based on the grade, but none of that counts. It's just like for the purpose of being able to see it.
Well, that's no help. I need the full-blown transcript.
I don't want these grades to transfer.
I mean, I just need to pass.
Well, considering
I just pass.
It's just like, I think you can kind of tell that they want to be competitive, so they're trying to add rigor to the courses. Okay. But it's just not as rigorous as they make it out to be. So then they're grading you unfairly because honestly, I turn in A work. I deserve an A, but they don't want to give out an A because then it makes the class look easy. Yeah. So they give you a B.
I feel like, honestly, I was told studying abroad, like, oh, when you study abroad, you're going to get straight A's. They love you. They're going to be so easy. No, I get treated the same way.
No, I get treated better. They're nicer to me.
No, I feel like they're nice, but I'm saying in the sense of, like, coming here, I really thought I had, like, I had it in the bag. Yes, I had it in the bag. I was like, oh, I'm studying abroad. They don't care. They're going to be like, oh, go travel, do what you want. They still know. They're like, oh, you want to travel this week? Well, just to let you know, you got this going on.
But then again,
I'm like, why would you tell me? And makeup classes were rude. Oh my gosh, the makeup classes.
But they aren't required.
No, mine was required. This one makeup class. So something here is like, if they're missing class, they have to have a certain, the teacher has to credit for a certain amount of classes. So let's say there is this, 14, it's 10 weeks of school, right? I think it's 10 weeks of school. But like, let's say, I think it's 48 hours of in-class sessions. So let's say you miss a teacher misses a session, they have to make it up on their books. Even though you're a student, you don't have to really go to the makeup classes, but I suggest you go because if you miss it here, I go. I
don't suggest you go because they don't do nothing. My makeup classes were let's watch a movie.
No, my makeup classes were like lessons. They were really in there like, oh, you missed something? That's crazy. Like you're behind. And I didn't listen. No, my teachers. It was vigorous. I definitely say.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, I feel like they didn't just like me because I was a international student. I feel like they liked me because I paid more attention and engaged more in class. Yeah, like there's kind of like a Thai culture of not participating in class as much. Mm-hmm. And they told me that it's because they have something called Grenjai. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like, it's almost kind of like how we think of like, I can't really say this is what it is, but it's kind of like how we think of something as like cringy, except the cringiness is within you. So you're kind of like afraid to make things awkward. You get what I'm saying? Right, because they have such a group-oriented culture. Yeah. You don't want to say something that's different from what everybody else is saying.
Oh. We're like individualistic kind of. Got you. Okay. Yeah. I have noticed that actually in class, like one person will speak up and say a little something, and everyone else will chime in and be like, "Is this answer right?" Yes. I'm looking like, okay.
Like if you were in my classes, I had 2 classes with Lex. So Lex is another English major. Yeah. And she's also my friend.
She's my friend too.
And she's also Black.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Lex, so if you ever look at my photo album, Lex is the one with blonde hair. Lex doesn't want to do a video because she doesn't like social media and stuff, so y'all can't find her.
So anyway,
I'm just saying.
So when we're in class together, we're just like going in. We're like, answering all the questions, giving all of our thoughts and everything. And if we think the professor is wrong, then we're gonna say it. But the Thai students, they're not gonna do that. They just stay quiet. And then I have like another class where it's me and Brian. Mm-hmm. And then there's a guy who's like Indian, but he's like darker tone. Okay. But when he doesn't understand something, he's like, "Excuse me, this doesn't make sense." And we're just like, okay. Oh. But he's like really passionate about it. But the Thai students, they don't say anything. I remember one time the professor was so wrong, I had to go like stand up in the front of the classroom and literally work out the problem and why she was wrong. But nobody would speak up and defend the fact that they wrote the correct answer and she was giving the wrong points.
Oh no. That's a no for me.
Yeah. Next question.
Okay. Well, anything else about the school you want to say?
You gotta go with the flow. That's it. And don't expect an A.
Oh
no, seriously. Like if you get an A, just take it. Just be humble. That's it.
Well, if I get straight A, if somebody gives me an A, I'm letting you know right now. I'll make another video just to cry. Just to tell y'all how I got an A and I don't know how I did it because it's a lot out here. It's hard.
I have this one professor. It's so hilarious because everybody in the class, regardless of how good or bad your essay or presentation was, he literally gave everybody either an 88 or an 89. And not just in that one class, but in all of his classes for all of his assignments.
What?
Exactly. So, an 88 or 89.
So literally your finals going to make or break if you get an A or B?
No, because the final is also an essay. So he's going to give you an 89 or an 88.
So you're going to get a high B.
So you're going to get an 89 or an 88 or an 88.5.
I was thinking the same thing.
That's it.
Oh, man. Dang. What?
But it's just like, this semester has been so much that it's like I can't be angry and I can't be bitter about anything. I just have to accept what the experience was for me and just keep it moving.
That's good with it. I like that. That's definitely true. So what was the best trip you went on?
The best trip I went on? Okay, so I guess I technically went on 2 trips. I went to Vietnam for a visa run because I didn't come to Thailand with my visa.
Okay, explain that process.
Okay, so you're supposed to go get your visa when they send you your acceptance letter, but I was the very last person to apply to the university, and my acceptance letter somehow got lost in translation, couldn't find it for weeks, and they're like, we sent it, and I'm like, I can't find it.
They could just fax it?
They could fax it, but you can't take the fax to the embassy or the consulate. And
I told mine was a printout. Mine was an email.
They literally said that you had to bring the original copy, but I'm going to get to that part during my visa run.
Okay.
So, so you have to take the original copy with like some other information.
Yeah, you can look up all the requirements for a visa.
Yeah, because it changes. So me telling you right now doesn't help at all. For me, I had to have $700 in my bank account as well as the money to pay for it. And, your passport and everything.
Your passport, photos.
Yeah, you have to have passport photos.
What else? There's a whole list of stuff that you have to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 10 things. I'm lying, maybe 6.
But in Washington, D.C., if you want to go to the embassy, you have to give it kind of like a week and a half. I think it's 10 business days. And then they'll give you your stuff back. You know what I'm saying?
That's if you mail it?
No, if you go
there.
No. But if you mail it, it takes 15 business days, I think, and you have to pay more.
Oh, see.
So I didn't want to do that, especially since I live right down the street. Like, I worked near the embassy, the consulate, so why would I do that?
Oh, see, for New York, they told me that I walked in there, and they said they was like, come back at 1 o'clock tomorrow. I said, no, y'all can mail it to me. And they mailed it, and within a week I got it. Or I can mail it myself, and it'll take 10 days. That's why I was like, okay. Yeah,
so when I looked online, it said that all the consulates were the same. So I didn't bother trying to go to a different one.
Got you.
But because I got my acceptance letter.
Where napkins go?
No, I'm gonna put it in this bag.
Okay.
Because I got my acceptance letter so late, I didn't have a chance to go to the embassy. So I came to Thailand without my actual visa. But Thailand has a visa exemption of 30 days. So you can come here without a visa if you live in the United States, if you're a United States citizen. And yeah, so that's pretty much what I did. And I just waited for an opportunity where I could go to a surrounding country on 2 weekdays, 2 consecutive weekdays, so that I could go and get my visa. So I ended up picking Vietnam because of cost, convenience, all of that stuff.
Yeah, it's really cheap. I love Vietnam.
Well, the cost is like the flight.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It was cheap. And doing stuff was cheap. The visa's expensive.
The visa wasn't that expensive.
I got the $200 visa. Mine was expensive.
Why did you do that?
Because I wanted multiple entries so I can go out the country a lot. I went out the country like 4 times. Yeah.
You went to Vietnam 4 times?
No, I went outside of Thailand 4 times. I got the multiple entry from Thailand.
So, anyways, I went to the consulate in Ho Chi Minh, and I made sure I had all my documents ready to go because this was like my last chance. Like, I had to get it right. And it's scary because you think you're going to get deported. But anyways.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like, oh, I had to come back the next day, not deported.
No, because I came in Wednesday night. So I had to get this done Thursday and Friday.
Oh, gotcha.
Or else I would have had to somehow like change my flight. Well, I had a flight on Monday, but it was so early that I probably wouldn't have made it to the consulate and then to the airport.
Gotcha.
So I really had to get it done. That's not what happened. No, that is what happened. So anyway, so I went to the consulate and I give them my stuff and they're like, yeah, all your papers are correct, but your acceptance letter is not addressed to this consulate. It's addressed to the consulate in Washington, D.C., so we can't accept this. So they're like, contact your university and see if they'll send you another letter, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like running around, texting.
Oh, you did call me.
I'm texting everybody actually to see if they can go to the international office for me and talk to them for me.
Yeah.
Because they weren't answering their emails.
Right. I forget where I was.
Because it was graduation day. So for one, nobody was really on campus.
Yeah, they have trimesters here, so the graduation was when we first got here.
Yeah. So eventually I'm just like writing urgent and CCing everyone in the entire office and somebody ends up replying. They sent me a copy. I had to go find a print shop, print it out, bring it back to the consulate, and they actually took it. So in reality, they tell you to bring the official original copy, but you can just use a printout. So I could have gotten it in DC.
So in other words, be prepared, ask a million questions. What I did was I called my consulate like 10 times and I kept asking them the simplistic questions. I didn't care. Make sure you have all your information, all your documents, even if it's a copy of something, if it's allowed, ask them. Like, don't just show up.
I printed out like 5 copies of everything. Because
me too. I was not doing everything. Yes, I was like, because I lose one away.
And they even tell you like make sure you dress like really nicely.
Oh no, I told me
because you'll be like, if you have to get an interview, which you won't know if you have to get an interview until they tell you have to do an interview, then you want to impress them.
That's interesting. I know that. I didn't have an interview.
Most people don't have an interview. I think it's only if like you look kind of sketchy, or if it's your first time out of the country.
Mine was first time out of the country.
It was mine too, but I think like this, we have a good relationship with Thailand, and they also really want tourists to come.
Yeah, it's a tourist base. When the economy kind of runs off tourism.
So yeah, double check the website,
call somebody,
check the website, and you should be good. Don't just go by word of mouth.
Right. So what's your best trip inside of the country?
Inside of the country, I took one trip to a kind of surrounding city of Pattaya.
Oh, okay. Did I go to Pattaya? I feel like I've been to Pattaya. I don't know so many trips. That's not even about it.
And I stayed with my friend Pam Pan's family, her sister, mother, grandma, and grandpa for a weekend. And we pretty much just like had a sleepover. We went to a couple of places. We went out to dinner for her grandparents' 50th anniversary. And we went to this amusement park that had cars, dinosaurs, Thai culture related things.
Were dinosaurs found here or something? What?
Dinosaurs were founded here.
You know what I'm saying? Like the bones or something. Like,
I mean, they probably found some dinosaur bones.
I'm just saying, like, that's a weird part.
So the way the dinosaur situation was set up, it was only one part of the park. So
it's kind of like how we have like Six Flags and you got that one little section.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
okay.
So basically, each dinosaur, for the most part, has a nameplate, and next to the nameplate is the flag of the country that discovered and named it.
Oh, I didn't know different countries found a dinosaur. Really? Listen, you know dinosaurs like first grade. All you learn is the names. Like I know pterodactyl, Losasauruses. There was one.
I think it was like discovered in China, and it was like literally named something related to China, and I was like,
that's what I did. Jamirosaurus.
Yeah, it was pretty much like Jamirosaurus.
Like it would have been just like that. Who founded this Jamirosaurus?
No, it was Korea. It was
Koreasaurus.
Korea. What's the one with the three? Triceratops.
That isn't.
So it was Korea. Ceratops, Coriotops, or something like that. And it looks like a Triceratops. It's like kind of closely related.
Oh, so it's like the cousin.
Yeah, there was like tons of dinosaurs, and I was like sending pictures to my brothers because it was like actually really cool. Like if you had the chance,
I love museums. I saw something that y'all like. You never know what you can learn.
It was fun, but okay, for one. Like in Thailand, there are so many Chinese tourists. Like,
yeah, that's
like their spot.
Yeah, this is the number one, I think, for China. This is like one of the top. No, actually, for Thailand, the number one tourists that come here are Chinese. There we go.
And I don't want to perpetuate any stereotypes, but Thai people literally say if a person in Thailand was being rude to you and you don't know if they're Thai or not, they probably were Chinese. With that being said, there was like literally groups of Chinese women like staring me down. Like not just staring me down because you get used to people staring at you, kind of, but like mean mugging me like with the disgusted look on their face. And then they saw that I was with the Thai family and they were like even more disgusted. And I'm like, get out of my face, please. But anyways, on top of that, they also had elephants, and
that's their national animal. Oh, I can't talk. National animal. There you
go. So pretty much most of the elephants were in distress, and you can tell when an elephant is in distress, or any animal for that matter, because they tend to just like rock back and forth or forward and back. They'll sway, and it kind of seems like they're dancing, but you'll notice that they're kind of doing it indiscriminately. So they're like hitting their bodies and bruising themselves, or like kind of like hitting the wall, or like any railing or anything like that.
Can animals have mental disorders?
Yeah. So pretty much
they might be depressed.
They are depressed. That's the problem. So they pretty much get used to being in these cages and everything, and they become depressed because it's kind of like they realize their situation. And it's a lot like people when you're anxious and you kind of like rock back and forth, or you like fidget. It's very similar in animals. So most of the elephants were like that. And Pan Pan's grandmother was telling me that originally when the park was a lot smaller, they didn't have elephants. But because of the increase in tourism, they added elephants because they know people come to Thailand to ride elephants, to feed elephants.
I bathed an elephant.
Like to bathe elephants. And that's like one thing. Like a lot of people do that as a way to I forgot what it's called, but to interact with the elephants in a way that isn't harming them.
Yeah, I said we didn't harm them because they were in like, it wasn't a zoo or anything. Like literally these people own elephants, and on the side they let people come like clean the elephant. But we couldn't do anything to them, and we fed them bananas. That's kind of cool.
So like they have elephant sanctuaries where you can do that and kind of
have sanctuary, there we go,
peace of mind. But the thing is, now that people are trying to do this, like feed elephants, bathe elephants, and like take care of them and everything as a way to interact with them without the negative part. Places that still abuse elephants and let you ride elephants and all of those things and like train them to do very weird things that elephants shouldn't be doing now allow you to feed and bathe elephants because they know that's what people want. But
technically still like not helping them.
Yeah. So now, in addition to getting money for their elephants doing tricks, they don't have to pay to feed them because people are paying to feed them and paying to bathe them. So that's just less that they have to do.
Animal slavery. Well, I don't like zoos, so basically you were at an elephant zoo.
I mean, it was a bunch of different parts. Like they had cars on showcase. They had the dinosaurs. Apparently the owner like goes back there often to swap out their cars.
They got money.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the tourism, they get money, so. Okay. Anything else?
They had tigers and a parrot too.
What kind of place is this?
It was, like they do that in America, like with the zoos and stuff.
Yeah, so but it went from cars to dinosaurs.
I think just they understand like this is what tourists want. So they're trying to be like, diverse.
Got you. Okay.
I mean, it was fun, but then when you saw the elephants, it just like makes your heart sink.
Yeah. Okay. What did you enjoy the trip overall? You said it was 50th anniversary.
Oh, I did enjoy the trip a lot. It was really nostalgic, and I feel like it sort of gave me closure because the entire time I was at Pan's grandparents' house, it just reminded me of my own grandma, and my grandma's dead, but it happened really suddenly, so I feel like my family never really got closure from it. And for me, it was kind of different because me and my grandma weren't really close, like that close. Like my brother was a lot closer to her, but it was because like we bumped heads so often.
Gotcha.
Because I couldn't understand if she actually cared about me or not.
Gotcha, yeah.
So I don't know, just like she would kind of pick on me sometimes, and then sometimes she would do nice things, and I just couldn't process like which one it was.
Right.
And as I grew older and I kind of understood where she was in her life and like things she was facing on her own that I didn't know about, then I got to understand like why she would do certain things to me. It wasn't because she didn't like me. It was because of her own things that she was going through.
Like she's fighting something herself.
Right.
Gotcha.
And then like I was able to pick out moments where she was really kind to me and where she went out of her way to spend time with me. And that helped me realize like she really did care about me and that if she was still alive, we probably would have a better relationship, especially now that I'm older.
Right.
But just being with Pan's family, their house, it's like, it's nothing special, but it just smells. It smells
like the mothballs, like the old house.
No, it doesn't. No, like I told my mom this, and before I can even get out what I'm saying, she's like, "Ew," and I was like, "Ew." What?
No, mothballs don't stink to me. I just feel like mothballs is like a sign of old people.
I think they stink.
Oh,
but
I just feel like it's a sign of old people.
Their house, it's kind of like, it's a smell that I really couldn't even describe because it's almost like there isn't a smell. So the sheets smell just like that smell that's almost not a smell. And like the sheets at my grandma's house, even if you went now and like pulled out some sheets that we haven't used since she died, it would smell.
So it's like a kind of a mental thing for you when you went in that area. It was like memories like start fluttering. Oh,
and then there's this clock, and I mean, clocks tick the same, I guess.
Yeah,
most of them.
But it's like the smell, the clock, it just everything like kind of hits you.
And then it would be so hot in the summer.
Yeah.
It would be so freaking hot in the summer, but all the lights are off and I'm up because I don't sleep well when it's warm. And there's kind of like, depending on which room you're in, there would either be cars driving past and you could see like the light of the cars just like going against the wall, or you would just see mostly darkness, but then a few lighter spots from like some light somewhere far away, but it wouldn't be moving because it would just be like a light outside or something.
Mm-hmm.
So there was also like those same shadows on the wall, and like her grandma's kind of like personality is very similar to my grandma. And then like her cooking may have been like kind of traditional for Thai people, but because it's not traditional to me, like I'm not used to that type of cooking. My grandma was always like making things that were pretty unique. So
everything was hitting you, girl.
Yes. And it was just all like, and even her grandpa, he had like this little thing under his bed, and it's like a workout machine. Yeah. And he's watching TV, but he's like doing his little workout machine.
That's like an old person thing. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. So I was like, this is so my grandma, like, girl, you've been sitting on this bed all day, but suddenly you want to do a little with like these little 2-pound weights. What? So I was like dying because like, oh my god, just so much. It was the same, like down to the types of mugs they use.
Oh wow.
Like their furniture, like what he was watching on TV. He had this big garden where he like grows tomatoes, limes, bananas, like all types of stuff.
Oh wow.
And everything just reminded me of
fresh food that weekend, girl.
So yes, we ate these potatoes that tasted like apples, like raw.
Oh.
Apples.
Okay.
I don't know what type of potatoes they were, but he was like, eat them raw, they're vegan. And I was like,
that's what you had to hear, girl.
No, because he was being funny about it. Grandma and grandpa were in there arguing about what was vegan and what wasn't.
Oh.
It was so hilarious. But that was my favorite trip. I feel like there's a possibility that the only reason I ended up in Thailand was for me to take that trip.
Oh no, that's deep. Like I'm really happy and I'm so serious. Like that's really I'm really happy that you had that trip. You had your closure and got to like feel it and bring it back up, positive memories. And you got to think about even the negative, but you got to realize why the positive happened. Like, oh girl, that's I'm so serious.
But yeah, I feel like in that night I had some little dreams that I'm probably gonna carry with me when I go back home and kind of reforge these relationships that I just threw in the trash.
That's a good thing. That's self-growth right there.
That's
another question. That was another question, but it's okay. We can talk about
I'm not going to talk about that in detail.
No. I'm not saying like I'm talking about like what you like. There's another question. I'm saying like because you said you had self-growth. I was going to ask you what you gained, but I mean we can just trickle down the list.
Okay, well, what I've gained, I feel like that trip specifically just gave me a lot of insight into my life, and ever since I was probably like 9 years old. I've gotten like migraines, really bad muscle spasms, like my eyes twitch all the time. Just like a lot of stuff, like my body physically gets tense.
Okay.
And my doctor and my mother believe it's because I do nothing but stress myself out. And like, if you look, you always like kind of compliment me on how I have everything planned out. But like when you kind of think about that, it's sort of obsessive. And it's because
like OCD, but it's undiagnosed.
No, not like OCD. But I mean, it's not OCD, but it is obsessive.
Okay. So not on that level. Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Sorry. They want to offend anybody. I'm serious. I really don't want to offend anybody who has OCD. I'm not trying to offend anybody at all.
So yeah, they are pretty much like this. The level of stress is very unhealthy. Okay. And I'm like, I can't help it because if I don't do all of these things, then I won't get to where I want to be and I'll be pretty much a failure. And it's like I'm still going to plan out my life. I'm still going to have goals and everything. But just like how I said, I had to just accept this experience as what it was and then move on. Ever since that trip, I've been able to kind of just let things go. Okay. Because at the end of the day, I usually have a backup plan and a backup plan and the next plan. So even if something went wrong, I can still fix it.
Right.
So
sometimes just going with the flow. That's what it helps you. Oh, I'm happy Thailand has done it for you. See, you learned something in Thailand, okay? Self-growth right there. Tips. Now I'm playing. Okay. Back to the list. Okay, best trip you went on. Okay, what's your favorite food? In Thailand, not in like the US.
My favorite food in Thailand is something I'm about to go get right now.
Sticky rice. Oh my gosh.
Sticky rice
she
and
loves
mango.
Yeah, sticky rice and mango. This girl really, oh my, let me talk about it. Sticky rice really can range from 50 baht to 200 baht. You know what she gonna do? Buy it.
Okay, I'm not buying no
what.
200 baht sticky rice.
You paid 150 that one time.
That's probably like, let me think about it for a second.
And no.
And then buy
yeah,
it.
she did. She thought about it when we first got to the mall. Came back 2 hours later. Where Kaila at? Getting some sticky rice and some mango.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. And she just tearing it up. It could be this big. She's still gonna get it.
Okay, so what tends to happen is the more expensive it is, the smaller it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll give you the pit to make it seem like there's more in there. And it's like, why are you trying to hustle me? It worked, but why are you trying to hustle me?
Right, so I was like, you still gonna buy it regardless.
Right. Like, I'm gonna buy it even if it don't got the fit in it. So what you doing? But anyways, about to go get some today.
Yes.
Yeah. Thai desserts are honestly really good.
Them things are ridiculous. How I'm gonna go home like I want a roti, and I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
Can't get it. I want a crepe, can't get
But
it.
you can make a roti yourself.
I can, but I feel like it's not gonna make it as good. Cause I like mine with egg and chocolate. I had one last night. It was really good.
You should learn how to make it. So
No,
you'd be like, I learned this in Thailand.
No, I'm not, because I'm gonna start making them all the time, and then it's really unhealthy. Like a lot of things, like the desserts are so good, but they're unhealthy as a dessert. Like they're filled with sugar. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, the desserts I like aren't the desserts that are over the top. But Thai people really do like over the top desserts.
Yeah,
like waffles here is a breakfast food. It's a dessert.
Yeah, they don't have breakfast here,
and it's like powdered with chocolate, strawberries, and nuts with cream.
Yes.
Caramel.
I had an almond one. I think it was so good. The almond waffle was like a maple. I don't know what it was. It's so good.
And they really like bingsu here, like the shaved ice situation.
Oh, to me, it's like kind of like shaved ice. To me, is like a snow cone, but it's not like a snow. I don't know how to describe it. Like it looks like
snow cone, but the ice isn't just ice with syrup on top. The ice is like
it has like bubbles in it, with like filled with like some type of syrup or juice. Like
no, it's Korean. It's like the ice that they use. They shave the ice, but the ice is like frozen milk, and they have flavoring.
I never had one. I never wanted one. They look expensive.
I think they are really expensive.
Yeah, they're like 100-something baht.
And then they top them with like fruit or chocolate or cookies and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's when they have the little balls in there filled with like syrup.
But yeah, really popular.
So how have your eating habits changed? I know you're vegan, so like, how's the eating here for you?
Here, I thought that I was going to come to Thailand and just be eating the healthiest.
Me too. I thought I was going to eat rice and vegetables.
Even rice, like I don't really bang with rice because
I eat brown rice at home. So like coming here, I was like white rice. I was like, ugh.
I'll usually try to substitute my rice because it's just like it's not doing anything for you, especially white rice. Because white rice, when you digest it, it pretty much just turns into straight sugar. So it's like I could have just ate a spoonful.
That's why I gain weight here.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to gain weight, people eat rice. If you want to lose weight, you eat more vegetables.
That's what I'm saying. I just want to be healthy. I don't want to gain
or
lose weight.
If you ask for vegetables here,
they're fried. They're fried or soaked in some type of something.
They're fried because everything is fried.
Yeah.
But they will give you like 2 little slivers of carrot and be like, okay.
Yeah.
Go.
Or kale. It's not even like spinach.
Kale.
They eat a lot of kale. Yeah, or basil.
I don't think I've seen spinach this whole time.
Yeah, I've seen spinach actually. And basil, they put basil in like literally it's gonna be like a leaf. Like it's gonna be a leaf of basil.
It's a herb.
You can bite it and you be like, that's all the flavor right there. It came from in this leaf.
So here I use oil in my cooking, but I don't use a lot of oil. And if I do, I try to balance it out with things that aren't cooked in oil.
Yeah.
So for everything to be cooked in oil here, like nothing is even steamed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
they don't steam anything. It's fried.
Yeah, it kind of like upsets me, and it upsets my stomach too because my body doesn't take oil very well, especially like cooking oil.
Yeah, because I don't even know what kind of oil they use. That's a good question. I should have asked that when I got here.
They tend to use either fish oil or vegetable oil.
Okay,
but yeah, if it's not like a healthy fats situation, like some legumes and nuts and avocado, my body is like, keep it away. So I think at home I eat a lot more vegetables, a lot more fruits, probably get more protein too, because I think the thing is they give you if you ask for meat, they'll give you a lot of meat.
Yeah.
But if you're getting tofu, they'll give you like a little bit of tofu, a little bit of vegetables,
and a whole bunch of rice.
A whole bunch of rice. Yeah. That's pretty much it.
And the vegetable stuff be more expensive too. Or like it's the same price as the meats versus like
no, because like that one place, they like at Beanbag, she discounts all of my food.
That's because you don't eat meat. You told her you don't eat meat. That's different. I'm talking like a regular place around the lake.
No, when I go places, they discount. Like even that Pad Thai place, usually people go and it's like 80 to 90, and I get it for 60.
Oh,
or 50.
Maybe it's just me because they know I don't really eat vegetables like that here. It is now. Okay. Well, talking about that, like transitioning from like the eating habits changing. Oh, actually, like you said, did you have they changed really? Or
I mean, they
really,
changed.
Like, yeah. That's really because you had to adjust to what they eat here, not really like. So you didn't find like a new thing that you like.
It's kind of like the things that I eat here are either things that I've had before or variants of things that I've had before.
Oh, so it's not that bad of a transition.
Yeah, okay. But it's like just the excessive amount of oil is what really gets me. I mean, it's still low calorie, but for me, like Thailand is pretty harsh. So for you to be eating low calories and then just moving is not really the best thing.
Yeah, but you want to eat a lot. We eat a lot of meals. I know I eat a lot the day.
You would think like with all the oil, there would kind of be more calories in your food, but
it makes sense. Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
7-Eleven is cool. I think it's cool that
there's 7-Eleven literally like 2 steps away from everywhere. Like
yeah, there's like 7-Elevens everywhere, but the
7-Eleven here is not a 7-Eleven at home. They're clean for one.
They have like different meal situations that you can just go into 7-Eleven and they'll heat them up for you and then or toast them for you if you choose to get like a sandwich, and then you just eat it, and it's less than $1.
Yeah, that's beautiful exchange rate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say when I get home. I don't think about it. I'm be broke. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. Well, like basically, how's your skin and your hair changed since you've been here?
I can't really say that being here has like greatly impacted the health of my skin or hair. My skin, it may be, I don't know, it may be like slightly better at times than it usually is, and it may be a little bit worse than it usually is. It just kind of ranges. But I noticed because it's so hot, I guess, I sweat a lot, but it's not just sweat, it's like also like sebum coming from my face. And it just like sits there and it makes me look like really shiny. I mean, I usually look shiny. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I'm back home, I look like how I do right now.
Yeah.
But like when you go outside for 10 minutes,
you're sweating. It's another type of. It's a different type of glow.
Yeah, it just like sits there and it's like your pores seem bigger for some reason. And I've noticed it with all of the Black people are here, but not so much like the Asian people or the white people. So it's really interesting. But hair-wise...
Yes, because you know it's funny though, because everybody at home, when I talk to them, they're like, you're glowing. Your skin is so good. I feel like...
close up?
Right, that's if you saw close up, you'd be like, you see that right there? That's called the heat bumps right there.
Listen. So hair-wise, I found some products that I've sort of used before.
Okay.
The
so
OGYX.
You didn't bring any products with you?
I didn't bring any products with me at all. I bought one book bag with my laptop and like my documents and a little bit of clothes and a toothbrush. That was pretty much it. Okay. And my camera. What was I saying? So I found some products at like a mall, like 5 minutes from here, and I've used that and rice bran oil and coconut oil.
I love coconut oil. That's my life.
Yeah.
I use coconut oil for everything.
So I just use that. I guess my hair is like a little bit drier than how it is back home, but I think that's more just like the heat and the humidity. If you don't keep your hair properly moisturized, then
it gets brittle.
Because it's so humid outside, it's pretty much like osmosis. All the moisture from
You sweat?
I'm just saying it backwards. All the moisture starts to like move around, and it's a science, and you have to know your stuff, and you have to also care. I know my stuff, but I don't care that much. So, yeah.
Right. Like my hair, it definitely changed. It grew, but it changed. I gotta get my ends cut, and it's just starting to grow. Like
honestly, they always say if you're traveling to put your hair in braids to protect it.
Oh, you had braids when we first got here.
But for me, it's a lot easier to maintain my hair because I know what to do with it when it's like this or when I have it out or like whatever compared to braids because you can't get to it as easily with the braids. But for me, it's easier to wash. It's easier to moisturize. It's easier to oil and everything.
Because it's your hair.
Out. Yeah.
It's a breathe. Yeah, it definitely makes a difference.
So if you're that type of natural, then I recommend you
I became natural because I knew I was coming to Thailand. Like, I was the girl with bone straight hair every 2 weeks, getting it straightened. No. I said I was coming. Girl, yeah. Honestly, I cut my hair coming to Thailand. Like, I was like, so I cut my hair in July. It's now December. I said, okay, I'm coming to Thailand in August. I need to cut my hair off. Like, first of all, I had heat damage anyway, so I was like, gotta go. And then I was like, okay, realistically, I want my hair to be healthier anyway. Actually, like, have a curl pattern. Y'all see my curl pattern? I didn't even know I had this curl pattern when I cut off my hair. Like, I didn't know it was that real. So I would just say when you're coming to a different country, definitely like a tropical one because we're next to the equator, know what kind of environment you're going to be in and then know how to take care of your hair, what hair product's going to work for you, all that stuff. And, like, I've been able to take care of my hair, but then again, it's kind of been hard, too, because it's so humid here. The products don't stay in my hair, so it's not as moisturized. So just understand where you're going at the end of the day and, like, what your hair may need. Anything else you want to add about hair, skin?
Wear sunscreen.
I don't. I don't wear sunscreen. I don't wear sunscreen, bug spray. I don't do anything.
I tried to wear sunscreen for a little while when I first got here. And honestly, like, I have this whole, like, line of moles now on my arm that were not there before. And I know people love saying that Black people cannot get skin cancer, but that is totally false. If you've ever been...
You don't have cancer.
I know. Thank you.
Oh, well, I'm like...
Thank you. But as I was saying, if you've ever been sunburnt before, like if you went into the sun and then your skin peeled, if you have a certain number of moles on your body, then your risk for skin cancer goes up regardless.
I mean, I didn't learn my facts before I started. Girl, you scared me. I'm like, please don't tell me. I was like, you don't have skin cancer.
If you can find sunscreen that doesn't have bleach in it, wear it, please, because the sun here is harsh.
Yeah, it's beaming all day long. I'm like 10 toned. I got like 10 different colors going on, but I feel like I still look good. Okay. You talk about the products. Okay. What part of the Thailand culture will you embrace at home? Good question, I see.
Is it a good question or?
I mean, if you don't have anything. I mean, you don't have to embrace the culture.
I think I'll embrace. Not really embrace, but incorporate.
Okay.
Incorporate how group oriented they are, because here not that I've been forced to be more social, but I have been more social.
That's how we became friends. Is that how we became friends?
Yeah, I was like thinking about it. You came up to me.
Yeah, I was just like, hey.
But it was so weird because y'all like you and JD kind of just like snatched me over and were like, hey, you're Black, we're Black, it's Black. And then, but it was so weird because I was with another Black girl and they just like whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even going to name drop. I'm going to tell you after.
Right.
But that's definitely what happened. And I was like, why are they?
I think I was probably speaking to both of y'all. And then
why are they talking to me?
You're the one who responded.
No, you called me over. Just me.
Does she not identify as African American or not identify as Black?
No, not her. But yeah, that's what happened.
That's different. Somebody
and I was like,
being here, she didn't identify as Black. We're not going to judge her, but it was very interesting. So if you want to have a side conversation about being in a different country and
she texted me.
We're not talking about this right now. Either way, if you we can talk about that later. Either way, if it's just interesting when for me being here, you kind of, I knew I was going to be a minority here, no matter what. I'm a minority at home too, but being here, I knew it was going to be less African Americans and less people that consider themselves Black. So that was interesting, meeting somebody who was of African descent that did not consider herself to be, how do I say it nicely?
Black.
So not considered Black.
Yeah, she just did not identify as Black. Phenotypically, she's Black.
Yeah.
But if she doesn't want to be in touch with that part of herself, nobody's gonna force her.
Right. Yeah, that's just a nice way to put it. Yeah. It was interesting. So that's a side conversation. Anybody want to talk about that outside of the internet? Okay.
The problem, I'm not even gonna rant, but the problem about her not identifying as Black isn't that she doesn't choose to recognize herself as Black. It's the fact that she has all these stereotypes and just negative images of Black people in her head that whether she wanted to or not, she was projecting that onto us and pushing us away. And it was kind of like, I think she didn't want to bring it up, but it came up anyway. Mm-hmm. And we didn't like what she had to say.
Yeah, she called me still colored in a minority.
We were still willing.
And I was shocked. I said, oh.
We were still willing to just like talk like normal people and just like have a conversation. And everybody did a really good job of staying calm. But when you're talking to somebody about such a serious but sensitive issue, they have to be willing to listen. And if they're not going to listen, nothing's going to change. So like, why waste your breath, you know?
Yeah.
So eventually we just got tired of it.
Yeah. So that was an interesting conversation. Definitely interesting part about being here. But that's how it went.
On that ghetto talk,
girl.
So when they do that ghetto talk,
I was like, oh, ghetto talk. We don't gotta talk about her, okay? This is not about her. This is about our experience in Thailand. But you basically said you're going to embrace group-oriented like atmospheres because you said you're a solo kind of girl.
Oh yeah. So usually hang out with myself or my family, like my brothers, my boyfriend, and I just like rekindled my relationship with my best friend. So I hang out with her. But I lost like that idea of working in groups, like just hanging out in groups and being around multiple people once I left high school. So in high school, I was kind of the type you'll probably see me with different groups throughout the day, like groups of 3. And you could never pin me to one group because I floated around.
That's a good thing to know.
Yeah, but I liked it like that.
Yeah.
But once I left, it was kind of impossible. Like I couldn't really do it because the people I was close to, they weren't there anymore. And the
secondary friends.
No, the I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like the atmosphere of college is a lot different. It's like you have your group, and then that's your group, and then you go out and you do like your classes and your activities and everything. But that's still your group over there.
Gotcha, yeah.
And then I ended up transferring, so it was even more difficult for me to have like friends and everything.
Yeah.
But
it's over time basically just dwindled down to like different types of people you want to be around, and then end up being like nobody. But
then also because I'm such a freaking social justice warrior and everybody hates that.
I embrace it. I tell her that all the time. Like when we first met, she was like, listen, we might think of like, I don't know if you want to be my friend by the time we leave. I said, okay, guess what? You're going to be my friend. I said, I appreciate a different state of mind. Like, I embrace you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, for me, it's kind of like, I guess I'd rather have somebody call me out on my things that I do that are just like, don't do that, than be around people that I have to call out, but then they don't accept any of it. Because like, I'll address it, but don't be like, oh, don't say that to me. Like, who are you talking to situation? Just be like, okay, I never knew that. Or do you know why? Or like, just be engaged because there's a reason I'm saying it.
Okay.
But
that's what we worked out.
Yeah.
That's actually why it worked out. I always ask questions. I'm like, well, why do you feel that way? And I'm like, okay, we're gonna talk about it.
It's more difficult at home because people aren't as open-minded. But I think like here, because it's not home, it's foreign, the need to click with other people kind of forces you to being more considerate.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
I feel like that's why like a lot of us came together. It was more of the like, okay, like I said about us being black, it was less of us. It was like more of a, okay, we coming together. Like you understand. Like I'm not saying that the other American students didn't understand this. I'm not saying I didn't make friendships with other people that weren't black, but it's more of the certain areas you understand where I'm coming from, so it's easier to channel energy or to have conversations. So yeah, that's definitely made it easy.
But it just, I think, is going to make me, when I go back home, just a little bit more patient with people.
That's a good thing, man. That's definitely good. Look at things differently too.
But not too patient, because
oh my gosh,
the hoteps, I can't deal. The coons either, I can't deal with them either.
I don't think you're allowed to say that on YouTube, can you?
You can say that. You can say that. Okay. There's some coons and there's some hoteps around where I stay, and I don't want nothing to do with it at all.
Okay, well, that's it. Well, that's channeling to say that for later. Like, listen, she's the person literally like, I'm gonna put her social media at the description area. Y'all can ask her anything y'all want, because she will give it to you. Okay.
Well, Twitter deleted my account, so I don't know about that.
Not Twitter though.
I just like redid my Instagram, so there's one picture on there you guys can follow.
By the time this video actually gets some views, hopefully you won't.
We'll see.
I'm crying. Okay. Since we were talking about being black in Thailand, how do you feel about being a minority here?
I honestly prefer being a minority here than in America. And it's because here, it's more like your race makes you different, but it doesn't make you less than. So
I felt that on another level. I felt that touching.
Thai people, or even people who don't even live here and they're just like visiting.
Other foreigners, honestly.
Yeah. They look at you. No, they look at you like, what are manners? They just stare at you. But usually there isn't too much negativity behind it. Like,
they're trying to like understand this, I guess. More of like, oh, your hair is different.
Yeah.
I don't want to be touched, but
yeah,
like, don't touch me. But then again, like, it's more like, we're exotic. That's what I like to say. When
I went to go stay with Pan Pan's family, her grandparents had never seen a Westerner, like, at all. Like, period. And I was the first one they ever saw outside of TV. And they really embraced me like I was their own freaking grandchild.
Yes, I love it.
But I'm saying, like, I think if anything, being black here, it makes people more interested in you. So they're more willing to talk to you and interact with you instead of just judge you and kind of stay away. Yeah. So there's been times where, like, I'm just in class, and this is what I mean by group culture. I'm just in class, and class is over, and it's a late class, and some people I've never talked to before or barely talked to before are just like, come get dinner with us. We'll pay for it. Just come on. Type of thing.
I know you save some money, girl.
And,
what?
And I mean, they could have been doing that just because I'm an exchange student and they want to make me feel welcome. But then when we actually get to dinner, they ask you specifically about America, being black in America, and being black in general. So I know it has something to do with that. And I appreciate that, like them asking questions and them wanting to understand and not having all of these negative stereotypes already in their mind when they talk to me.
Right.
And I mean, outside of a few people like trying to take pictures.
Yes.
Nothing bad really comes from it. So there's been like one guy that's like when we went to the bookshop and that guy was all like, black is sexy.
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. So like everywhere we go, I try to go like get a book. Like every country I've been to, I try to get a book. And that was kind of weird. We went to the bookstore and man was like, I like that. I'm like, no, you don't. I was like, no, you don't, sir. Not this. Don't like it. Like,
And it's crazy because it'll be like people who they know like 5 words in English, and 2 of the words are sexy and beautiful. And I'm like,
I mean, I take the beautiful with the sexy part. I'm like, please don't look at me like that. Like, I appreciate it. Nice way to say it, but then again, don't come on. I feel like I said, it's really that we're exotic too. So I feel like because we're different, it's more you might be infatuated with the way I look, not you truly think I'm beautiful. But I don't really have a problem with that because I mean, I know you have your inner beauty before you have your outer beauty anyway. So I mean, it really doesn't matter to me. But.
I mean, exotifying Black people is something we could talk about any day. But not today.
Right.
So,
Thailand.
Anyways, in America, some stuff be going down. You need to charge your laptop. Some stuff be going down, and it's like it's kind of like a situation of PTSD. Like once you realize it and you've engaged with it, and you know that things go down in the United States.
We're automatically like that happened to me when I first got here. I was like automatically I would think like when I went into a store people would try to follow me. Yeah. But it really they're not following me because they think I'm stealing. They're following me because they're just trying to like look at me. That's
like literally a thing here. Like they will follow you, or like as soon as you come into a restaurant, they will just stand at your table and you're like, I haven't even seen the menu. Like, give me a second.
Yeah, but I think it's more of the like they're just trying to like analyze. It's not really like, oh, you're doing something bad or you had something negative to do.
Yeah. But we've been kind of conditioned
to always feel tense,
Yeah.
I've always felt that,
So
when I go back home, I feel like that's gonna be like a culture shock to me. Like going back to we walk around freely, but it's a different type of free. So yeah, I definitely consider that. That's definitely gonna be annoying when I get back. But I mean, sadly, it's the world that we grew up in. But yeah. Anything you want to say else about the being a minority here?
I mean, sometimes they try to rip you off, try to judge you a little bit because they know you're a foreign.
Oh, you think we have money? Yes. Yes, they think we have so much money.
They have like I feel like this is honestly a fair thing because like taxes and just like whatever, but they tend to have some places they have like a Thai fee and a foreigner fee, which is cool to me.
Oh yeah.
But the foreigner fee would be like
double
5 times.
Yes. Like they're the Thai fee be free. Our fee be like 200 baht. I'll be like, for what? I'm viewing something outside. And but gate around it.
At the same time, like I do understand, and
tourism is like one of their most profitable industries.
But then at the same time, like even you said this, tourism is pretty much destroying the natural landscape of Thailand.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's fair to charge foreigners these prices.
But then it comes back to, are you building up with the money that you're making?
That's true. So, but at the same time, if you're going to be up in somebody's community, give them some money.
True.
Like if you go, honestly, I'm just like, you're Thai and you try hustle, y'all hustle, go ahead. Like I'm not mad at you.
No, if you charge me 400 baht for something that's 200 baht, I'm gonna be upset though. That's like the one I go to the market though.
But okay, so that's kind of like that's what happens. Like if you go to Northwest DC versus Southeast DC, something's gonna be more expensive because of tourism. But at the same time, the people in that community can't afford to be paying $5 for a water bottle.
Yeah. So no, I'm saying like I'm not saying that. I'm saying like literally like let's say I'm buying a pair of pants. If this sign says 200 baht and you try to charge me 400 baht because I'm foreign, I don't like it. Like I'm not saying I'm cheap, but I'm really just on some. Why are you trying to charge me just because I'm foreign and you think my dollar is more valuable here? Yes, but at the end of the day, you don't know what my pockets are looking like. How you know it's only 200 baht? I have my bag.
Yeah, I feel like for us, because our pockets not thick like that, it's a problem. But
let's say our parents came here, they probably will. Not my dad. My dad probably still be like me. My dad like me. Like, nope. How much that cost to buy?
With most of the tourists coming here to act a fool and they have the money,
they're gonna do it. Yeah, they're not gonna question it.
And I don't blame them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I understand. Well, that channel's actually a perfect thing. Finances. So, how did you pay for coming to Thailand?
I paid for Thailand with my usual student aid, so scholarships, grants, and loans. I didn't actually receive all of my funds yet, even though I'm about to leave in a few days. It'll probably get applied to next semester, hopefully, because they owe money. But either way, Thailand for me was super affordable because I came as a visiting student instead of well, not as a visiting student, but
a direct enroll, because I came through a program.
A free mover instead of coming through a program.
Okay, I never heard that term before.
Yeah, that's what it's called, free mover. Free mover is just when you apply directly to the school and not through a program, pretty much.
So, like I said, direct enroll.
But you direct enrolled through a program.
You know what? Let me feel like I'm using the right terminology. Gosh.
Okay. Anyways, so that's what I did. So I didn't have to pay all these cushion fees to some organization that is really just like lining their pockets. I just paid tuition, which was like $2,000, but I took an extra class, so my tuition was more expensive than what most people's tuition would have been. And I paid for my apartment every month, which is like $200 every month. I paid for my round trip flight, which was $484. You're probably not going to get a flight for that cheap.
Yeah, mine was $800.
Yep.
Let's look at flights. Another tip right there.
Yeah, like
throw on the tips. Just boop.
I'm surprised that the price of my flight didn't go up before I actually bought it, because I bought it like 2 days before I got to Thailand.
Don't do that. That's not the advice you're giving. That's not it.
I just got lucky, honestly.
It was meant to happen. Like you said, this was meant to happen. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was saying, like, not in a religious way, but like, you ever just feel it, like your energy, like this was meant to happen. I have to feel this in my spirit. Like, so like, I think this journey was for you. Like, and on top of it, I'm just gonna throw in there, like, you were meant to make me. Like,
okay.
Become friends with Jamira. It was just like a line that happened.
So things. Thailand is not expensive, but if you get into the mindset that it's not expensive, you're going to overspend. And you just have to remember, a meal is 30. A cheap meal is 30 to 40 baht.
That's like $1.
$1 and some change. Yeah. But a meal could also be 100 baht. That's $3. But if you're spending 100 baht on every meal, and you're also taking a taxi to get to that restaurant because you want to explore, it's like you go from spending
100 baht a day to spending almost 1,000 baht a day. Yeah, so basically spending what, $3 a day?
$3 versus $32.
Yeah. I've done it some days.
Yeah.
Being with y'all. Being pictures today. Where are we going? End up in Bangkok. You know what? What are we doing?
If you drink, and if you drink a lot.
Oh, but that's how honestly people come here to party too. I didn't come here to party, so that didn't hurt me. But definitely, like, drinking here is a tax. It's what, 400%. I think the import taxes is something like really high.
You're gonna drop a stack if you like to drink. So I just recommend you don't.
Yeah, come here for like the growth within yourself. Yeah. But if you come here to party, I mean, it's there you can party, but I mean, it gets old. I'm not a party girl. Honestly, that's why I feel like that's if you're here for like 2 days, you're trying to get some turn up in and go. That's cool. But if you're here for like more than 5 days, get involved in the culture. I mean, still get involved in the culture if you're here 2 days. But if you're just a party person, then of course, then do that.
But like a quick thing on that is, it's kind of ironic how a lot of these international students came here, went to temples in all these different cities and did cultural activities, but then literally don't have a single Thai friend. That's crazy. Like, you're not involved in the culture if you're not
embracing the people.
Yeah.
Got you.
And then, like, not just that, like, I'm not saying that you have to have a Thai person who is like literally your best friend, but I also feel like with Thai people to foreigners, even though we're the foreigners here, they're the foreign thing still, and then they're Asian. So I feel like a lot of people kind of dehumanize them in a way. So it's kind of like talking about Thai people as if they're not people when they're people, and they think and they have feelings and they do things for a reason. So
basically, they came here and disrespected the environment. Basically,
it's not that they disrespected it, but it's like when you become so absorbed in yourself, you don't realize
how it goes out to other people.
Yeah, but like how that other people are people too.
Right.
That it's not just that other person did that. It's like that person who's also a person. but let's not forget the humanity in that person.
Right.
Like, if you had an attitude, I wouldn't be like, she got an attitude. It's more like, oh, there's something wrong, and that's what's causing the attitude. Like, there's
that's self-awareness too, though.
Yeah.
That takes growth. Because I know everybody has that. We know that. Okay. Well, you talking about money. How much money do you think you spent, and did you budget?
A strong $4,000. No, I did not budget. I budgeted before I came here, but I budgeted with the idea that I would have my financial aid, so that didn't work out. I budgeted. I think I budgeted every time I got money or wasn't able to get the money that I was supposed to get. So every time that like strongly hit me, I readjusted like how, just to make sure that I would be okay with being here.
Right.
Not to restrict myself and put myself on a budget, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
Just to make sure that
make ends meet, basically.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah. So spent a strong $4,000 probably. Maybe $5,000, but not that much. But if you came with the program, I guarantee you spent more.
Girl, listen, I'm not talking about program fees, but I probably spent around $5,000. Just so based off, but I went on a lot of trips too, so I'm not that upset. Yeah. But my program should have had more trips, so like, that's more of a
it's just like, that's what I'm saying. Like, for some destinations, going to a program makes sense, but for Thailand, it doesn't, because it's so cheap.
And you can do it on your own. I necessarily say.
Yeah, you can do it on your own, and these fees that they're charging you for like supplemental trips or trips that you go on aren't equal to the actual cost of the trip. So it makes sense to go with the program if you're going to like London, because tuition is going to be $11,000, and then you're still going to have housing. So if your program fee
includes it,
like if your program fee is like 14 or 12, it makes sense. But when tuition in Thailand is $2,000 and your program fee is $9,000, that makes no sense. They're just using your extra money to pay for other programs, other people, or just to give to the people that work there. And it's like, cool for them, but not for you.
Right.
But at the same time, if you're not somebody who's like really independent and you do things on your own, maybe you have like your own apartment already, the program might be better for you, especially if you're not good at research.
Yeah. I'd be in last minute, I definitely just slipped into a program, but I feel like if I did research on my own, I definitely would not use it.
So the thing about me is, like, even though I applied late, and the whole situation with my entire study abroad office getting sick when I had to submit my application, I was doing research all summerish, all springish. So it wasn't like I just randomly pulled up on this school. Like, I had to find the school. I really had to look for it.
Sorry, I'm taking Lex.
It's cool.
She said she's going to go to the movies with us.
Okay. So, yeah, I put in work. I didn't just, like, pull up to Thailand without a clue. Like, I knew stuff that other people didn't know because I had done so much research. And I feel like that really, it gave me peace of mind with coming here. But it also, like, aided in my experience because it was like, if something would happen, I would kind of know a little bit about it and why it was happening, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Because, like, we really skipped around, which, I mean, you answered a lot of questions, so I'm not even, like, upset. I mean, I wouldn't be upset at all. You did the favor of doing this video and giving your lovely opinions to everybody watching this video, knowing we're an hour and a half in. But it's good content, so I hope you watch it all. Okay.
No one's going to watch this whole video. I surely wouldn't.
I would if I really wanted to, like, I really wanted to know. Like, I really would.
I feel like a lot of people aren't that invested. Like, even if they want to study abroad, they're not that invested. It's so weird.
I mean, I feel like they're invested, but it's more of what kind of invested are you? Because I feel like if somebody like you, like you're describing, they're going to do their research. They're going to find videos. But somebody like me, I'm going to watch 20 minutes of this video. I'm going to see us talking and then be like, they're not answering anything I want to hear. True. And then go on to the next video. Because I have multiple videos, but it's like it's different links in each video.
Honestly, if you put like a little
breakdown of each question, like when you answer each question,
or like in general, then people will watch it. But for me, if I see a video with this quality, I'm not watching it. Especially if it's this long. Absolutely not. You know.
Okay.
Not to shade your video, but I'm not watching it.
Girl, I'm not. Listen,
I mean, I might watch these just because it's yours and I want to see what everybody said, but Yeah, in general, no.
No, I got you. I just, like I said, I'm here for the content. I'm not really here for that. That's why I feel like me making a vlog was really for, I want to share my experience. I want to share the people I'm with. I don't want to just be like one of the people like, oh, I had a grand old time. Everything was perfect. Like, no, it had its ups and downs, but at the end of the day, I still appreciate my experience. So, I mean, this video, the quality not the best because it's on my laptop and sometimes on my phone, but I wasn't investing $400 in something that I was only going to do one time. Like, I'm only vlogging for the study abroad. I'm not that person that want to do that stuff.
That's why I said I was gonna bring my camera so that we could like up the quality a little bit. But then I was like, all the other ones, I would have edited it, but all the other ones would have been like this, and then that one would have been good. So it would have been like, watch this one video. It'll be an hour long.
Oh wow. Okay, so like I said, you answered a lot of questions. And you talked about a lot of content, so I'm really happy. So basically, just one more question. What is your plans after you leave? Like for yourself in your career, college, or just literally like next semester? What are your plans?
So I'm a junior, like a first semester junior, but because I'm extra, I took way too many classes. So like I have to graduate early now. So I'll be graduating in a year next fall. I guess. But I want to study abroad again. I've already applied to a school in Poland. So we'll see what happens with that. But because of my whole experience with Pan's grandparents, I'm considering just staying home because I feel like maybe that's where I'm supposed to be.
Like we're touching on relationships at home, working on it.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know. But I've looked into a spring break in Costa Rica and a spring break in Mexico. And I really want to go to a Spanish-speaking country to practice my Spanish because after this semester, after having such a good professor, I'm way more invested, especially since it's a requirement for my university. So I might be doing a spring break in Costa Rica, probably. And then for the summer, I want to do a film school in London. Because I want to be a screenwriter, but I have like no formal training in screenwriting. I have a little teeny bit of training in like video editing, audio editing.
So why don't you help me this whole time with this vlog? Don't get silent now. Go ahead.
No. Actually, I told you that I would help you. You probably just forgot.
Knowing me, yeah. It's okay. It's good enough quality. So you made it to YouTube.
Or maybe you thought like when I said I would help you, that meant I would do a video.
Yeah, that's what I thought you meant. Yeah, know me.
Shoot, I was gonna say. And then I would graduate in the fall. And I want to honestly do a master's program in another country. Right now, I'm looking at Italy because I found a film program that's pretty cheap and it's 1 year.
And I'm known for the films too.
But I kind of do want to go to London, but it's super expensive. So who knows what will take me. Yeah, it's like, where that money at? So after that, I want to be a screenwriter, and once I get my name out there, I'll probably be able to travel more. Okay. Because I won't.
So
have
people
to
know your name for this video.
I won't have to be in LA. Okay. So I'll be able to travel the world and everything. Because people would be like, oh, we want Kaila for our film.
Yes,
blah, blah, blah.
Call Jameer, I'm coming to visit.
And then, because what they want, usually if you're doing a TV show, you have to be in LA. If you're not doing a TV show, you're just doing a movie, you have to be in the country. Gotcha. And that's usually how it works because they want you to come to meetings and you have to go back and forth to the meetings until they finally approve whatever the project is. So there's that. Anything else? When I go home, just like as soon as I get back, I'm stopping in California for a little bit to hang out with my boyfriend for like 2 days. And then I'm catching a flight back to DC to be with my family. And we're going to do Christmas things, even though I got my own little opinions about Christmas. But we're going to do Christmas things and family things. And I'm getting back on my youngest brother's birthday, so we're gonna do a little something for his birthday.
Oh, and does he know what day you get?
Well, he's like, I think he's a little bit too young to process calendar days and like me arriving and everything. Like he knows I'm coming back, right? But if I told him when, he wouldn't understand. Like,
gotcha.
Yeah. My second brother, the middle child, he's so mean. So like he wants me to come back, but it's like in the form of, when you gonna help me with this project? And it's like, you can just say it's okay.
Right.
So and my mom, she makes custom cakes and treats and desserts and everything. So I'm gonna be helping her with her business. Also,
I'll definitely drop the info on you.
Yeah, please do.
Definitely.
She can ship things out to different states. BT dubs, probably not an entire cake, but toppers and decorations and everything to go on the cakes. And cookies. What was it saying? I'm gonna help her with that.
When you leave, basically.
I'm gonna get myself in shape and see if I can play a sport in the spring semester if I do decide to stay.
Okay. I'm gonna come visit you too if you play a sport. I mean, I'll come visit anyway. We're not far.
We probably would have a game in North Carolina anyway. So
yeah, think about it. Yeah, Morgan plays us in football, so I think they play us in other sports too.
Yeah, but for each sport is different, so I'm not really sure.
Got you. Either way, if you're close by, I don't care how far you are. I'm still gonna come visit. Look at us, we in Thailand.
Yeah. What else? Oh, I have to work on my writing because since I'm graduating early, I don't have time to like learn at a normal pace, so I have to be like grinding.
Now without stress now, because we just talked about stress.
Without stress, but kind of just like being more responsible.
So like eustress. Wait, eustress is good stress, right? Is it called eustress? What's it called? One of it's like different types of stress. De-stress is bad stress, right?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It's like
I honestly don't know which ones are which.
I want to say eustress is good stress.
No.
I don't know either. I learned it like freshman year in high school.
So just like being more accountable with like, these are my dreams.
And how to make them
I have to
happen.
practice.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Especially since I'll be applying for grad school in the fall.
Gotcha.
But that also means, I mean, you asked what I want to do, so I'm going in deep detail. No, but that also means that if I graduate in the fall, I still have to wait until the fall to do a program. It's like so I have the whole spring open. So what I want to do is get an industry job.
Okay.
Just so I don't want to be that writer or even that director who doesn't know how to do anything else.
Basically, you're trying to learn behind the scenes, basically.
Yeah. Gotcha. So I want to know. Well, I want to do acting. I want to do like production things. I want to do the audio and lighting and things like that. Like I want to know what's going on, which is why I'm doing the film school in London. So yeah, if I get an industry job, that'll just help me with my application. So hopefully that happens. And if not, I'll go to Atlanta.
Yes, job in Atlanta.
Because I love Atlanta.
Atlanta, yes, I like Atlanta too.
Yeah, I can't wait to go back.
Well, I appreciate you. Is there anything else that you want to leave with the viewers? If you made it to the end, I just want to say you're lit. Thank you for watching. Yeah, seriously, like if Kaila answers one more question, she's gonna take another 15 minutes. But seriously, the last thing. Last thing. Anything else that you want to leave with the viewers for study abroad advice, study abroad in general?
Just know that when you pay your application fee, you have to pay to wire your application fee. So you're paying your application fee plus extra money to send your application fee. I got a problem with
that. Is there anything else? Is that for all schools or is that just for our school?
If you apply to a school that's not in your country and does not use the same currency as you, and if your bank does not waive that fee for you. So if you have a special account, they might waive it.
So do your research again on application fees. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you again for watching.